Okay, we are on our way to Dallas, Texas, and we are actually out in the middle of nowhere on open highway. You can see the highway behind me, and I thought that it would be pretty cool to actually pull over and take you on a tour of a vintage classic cotton field one-room shack. Now, I'm calling it the one-room shack because Buddy Guy has a song called One-Room Shack, and it's about cotton fields and cotton picking and all this other stuff. But what we're doing here is we are in cotton country. This is cotton field country, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around so you can see everything that's going on. I'm going to kind of give you a little angle and a story of my situation of what I think about it, and give you some history. And as we're looking at this cotton field, and we're going to go up to the abandoned house over here behind me, we're going to go up there and we're going to check that out. Think of the history of cotton. I think I got cotton on right here. This might be cotton, yeah, cotton, and what cotton's used for, and the story behind cotton. So I'm going to let you know that it's very, very windy out here, and as we're walking up, here is a row of cotton that they missed. And imagine yourself way back in the day, before they had machines that would pick this cotton, and people came out here and they hand-picked this cotton. They would grab it like this and pull it out. Look at that. They would pull the cotton out, but if they missed, look what they would hit. Look at the spikes and the sharp, yes, very, very intense job. So they would come over here and they would pick this cotton out of here just like this, and then they would fill their bags up. And from my understanding, they would get paid by the bag to fill their bags up. That's how they would get paid. And then the money that they made, actually, they wouldn't get the money. They would not get to keep the money, because there was a thing called the company store. And it was all what can we say? It was all a fireball situation, because the company store, you would have to buy all your stuff there to actually survive and live. And then, of course, you had your rent that you were renting the one-room shack from, which the owner of the property owned. And so you were basically working for free, and that was a way that they would keep their help from not leaving, because the help couldn't go anywhere. They never had no money, they never had no, what can we say, they didn't have transportation, they didn't have nothing, and all they did is pick cotton to survive and live day by day, and yeah, eat, survive, live, cotton pickers. So this is an old cotton field. I want you to see the cotton field goes as far as your eye can see. You can't even see the end of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera up here and kind of zoom in and see if we can see the end of this field, but I'm thinking it's miles and miles out there. So could you imagine actually living back in that day and being out here picking cotton by hand, picking it by hand with a cotton bag? It was big long bags they would drag behind them, and they just put them in there. Their hands were raw, okay? Their bodies were tortured, their minds were tormented. Being a cotton picker was not an easy job at all. So this is an old abandoned house that we're going to go check out. Minnie, the body shop girl, is actually in the car. She did not want to come up here. And once again, this is a cotton field, cotton picker. This was probably the owner of this field right here, the fields that we're in. He probably lived here. So let's go in there, let's check it out and see what kind of action is going on. We want to make sure that we watch out for wild animals, snakes, for instance, and badgers and rats. Rats might be in here. Cockroaches, I'm not worried about. But let's go ahead and get an angle on it and see what we got as we walk through the old cotton picker's house out here. And down somewhere on the open highway in Texas. So once we come up to the house, we can see we aren't the only ones that have actually been in the house. Look at the old window unit back from the day. This is what you call a swamp cooler. And what a swamp cooler is it had filters on there that would collect the moisture in the air, and then it would turn it into air conditioning to cool the house down. And back in the day, that was like high tech. That was a high tech action situation going on right there. Look at the old squirrel cage. Fan that's rotted up in there. Yeah, wow. I see at one time they had satellite TV here, which was pretty high-tech option back then. Before we go in the house, I want to show everybody this. This is pretty rare right here. This could be used for two instrumental items. And the main thing that this was used for is a storm shelter. This is a 100% authentic storm shelter that we're looking at. And it is full of stuff down there. Let's see if we can get these weeds out of the way, and we're going to go down there and check it out. Once again, we want to be very careful of snakes and stuff. So this is a storm shelter. Let's go ahead and get a look at that. And we're going to go down into the storm shelter. This was also used as a bomb shelter back in the Cold War days. So if you look really good, look, there's a bed. There's 2 beds in here. There's actually a couple beds in here. And wow. So this wasn't just a storm shelter, this was actually set up as a bomb shelter as well. Can someone say first generation microwave? Look at this giant, this is a birdhouse. A giant birdhouse. Look at that. Some kind of rodent birdhouse going on right here. Look at that. Wow. That's what you call a real birdhouse right there. Jesus. And then look at the mattress right here, and there's a, looks like some type of a cot system going over there. It looks like one of them old rocking chairs that you put on your porch. Looks like the rats have been living down here, so we won't disturb any of this at all. So when you go into these places, especially like I am by yourself, they can get a little bit spooky and scary, even though it's broad daylight. Here's something that's actually worth a lot of money, believe it or not. See this tin right here? This tin actually sells for, I believe it's $5 a foot. $4 to $7 a foot. And the reason I know that is because I bought a shitload of it to take to Moab with me. So yeah, let's see if we can get around to the house and go inside and check it out. Just rat infested buildings is what all this is, just rat infested. Let me see if the door will open. Okay, somebody locked it shut. Let's go check it out. And then we'll be sure to lock this back when we leave. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Rat infested. Did somebody say that? I'm going to be walking very, very carefully in here. We're going to creep around and look and see what's going on. This is a very dangerous deal. Now, let me ask you a question. Why would somebody come in this house and do a piece of artwork like that nobody can see? Why would that? I mean, I've never, ever understood why somebody would do that. The rat shit in here is unbelievable. It is immensely stenched with just pure rat shit. So we see the floor caving in over here and also the roof over there. So we're going to be very careful and tread very lightly as we walk through to another room that has a locked door handle. Okay, hold on. Son of a bitch. Okay, this must have been the living room area of the house. Look how beautiful it was with the big windows. It had an extra door right here to go outside. And, yeah. Son of a bitch! Okay, I'm going to cut it off right here. This is actually almost a year, maybe 6 or 8 months later, and I am editing this video right now. And the reason I'm cutting it off is because I don't know if you heard what I heard. Now, when I was inside the kitchen of this old abandoned house, I didn't hear nothing but wind. What you heard, the noises that you heard in there, this is a shock to me. This is something that is really freaking me out because I didn't hear any of these noises, and all of a sudden now I'm starting to hear them as I am editing this video. This is very weird. This is no bullshit. This is true, honest, fucking shit going on. It only happened in the kitchen, and very, very weird. This is outside. When I was walking down the side of the building, I kind of heard a grumble noise, and then when I was walking up the stairs to go into the house, we also heard another type of noise that changed. The wind changed, and when I was actually in the house, none of this went on. It was very, very awkward. The door did slam shut by itself. Basically, when I turned around, the door slammed. That was real. It could have been the wind in the house making the door slam. I don't know. But let me tell you, I've been in a lot of abandoned buildings and abandoned structures by myself. And that house really pretty much terrified me, made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and I was trying to get the fuck out of there as fast as I could. Let's get back to the video. Let's see what the rest of the house looks like and what else we found on the abandoned cotton field farm. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I think we're freaking leaving and getting the hell out of here, like, as in right now. Does that go into the... Yes, it does. Wow. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. We're gonna go ahead and shut that door just like that. Alright, and then we'll take this and try to get this baby wired back up for the guy and do the best we can. There we go. Okay. That door is wired shut. Wow. Now I see this plate right here, and I don't know. It's hollow. I bet you $100 the septic tank to the house is right there on the porch. Okay, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. The only thing that would be worth it to me at this place at point in time right now is possibly the metal, if I needed it. The sheet metal. We got to be very, very, very careful around here because the sheet metal is actually blowing off the roof of this building, and if we get hit by a piece of that tin, it can hurt us very seriously. So this would have been the two-car garage, possibly where they parked their cars and worked on their automobiles. And look what we got here. Look at this thing. Wow. Left behind. The old tractor. If anybody knows what kind of tractor that is, leave a comment below. I'd like to know myself. Wow. Just left behind here at the old abandoned cotton field farm house. Hustler. Hustler. Who's the real hustler? Who's hustling who? That's what I want to know. Is that plastic over? That's a roll of plastic. Look at that thing. Look how old that roll of plastic is. That's crazy. Look what I just found. Check this out. This is a bale hook. Somebody had made this. Huh. They took a piece of pipe and a hook. This is a hook for bales. Could also be used in a horror movie as well. Wow. Look what's going on over here, guys. Holidays. We got holiday time hanging on the wall. Holiday time on the wall. Christmas. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So to end our little story off about the cotton fields, as we walk over to the last building, which is probably a well house, but we'll check it out. To go ahead and end off the stories on what cotton fields are today in the year 2022. What a cotton field is today, it's a corporation. There is no more farmers, there is no more hard-working cotton pickers. The corporation I'm talking about is Monsanto. Monsanto owns 98% of all cotton. They have patents, believe it or not, they have a patent on the cotton seed. Once their ground is grown with that seed, they basically own your property. I'm going to zoom in. I want you to see how far this cotton field goes. It's unbelievable. It's just miles and miles. Look at that. Miles and miles of cotton fields. So we're gonna go check out this last building here. I never could find the access to the attic. If I would have found the access to the attic, we probably would have went up in there and looked. Traveling around and looking at these old places gets to be a little bit spooky by yourself. And it's actually dangerous. If something happened to me along the way, I'd probably die. So we're gonna watch our step. And we can't even get over there. I'm not even gonna attempt it. But like I said, more than likely, this is a well house. Is that a snake in there? No, okay. Snakes are very dangerous, so I'm not even gonna go over there. It looks like that thing hasn't been opened in many, many moons. And look at here, look what I just found. I just found a giant bale. See if I can move this. Look at that. Does anybody know what that is? That's actually a giant bale of barbed wire. Or no, actually, that's not even barbed wire. That's wire that this is wire they would use to bale up the cotton. Yeah, cotton rolls. Let me see if I can get over here. I'm gonna try to trample through here. I'm already this close, so let me see if I can make it through here without hurting myself. Just like this. And we're not gonna go inside, but we will look in the window. And as I expected, basically junk. I thought it was a well house at first, but it's just an old storage shed. Now you could call this the one-room shack. Look at the bed. There's a bed right there. There's a table, a chair. And if you listen close in the background, you hear the train. The miles and miles long of coal train action right there. Look at that. And they say coal's dead. My fucking ass. What a bunch of liars they are to tell us that coal is dead. There's no way. So after looking at this room, I am actually speculating that this was a one-room shack, cotton picker shack. This is a one-room cotton picker shack that was used for possibly an employee, a cotton picker that might have came out here and picked cotton and actually lived in this one little room right here. One room cotton picker shack, that's it. So if I can get back out of here, we're gonna trample out of here. Here we go right here, okay. All right, there it is right there. So I would definitely say that right there is a one-room cotton picking shack. That's a one-room shack right there, made for cotton picking. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, out here in cotton country, trampling on Monsanto property that is owned by the corporation, and getting down the road to my destination.